All right. How's everybody doing? I'm live. And as you can see, I got my protection. I am going to save myself and everybody else. Let's see here. Do I look cool? There, now I look like a gangster. Yeah, there. Puppy Pot and Chill number 475. Let's face it. These won't really help. What they'll do is they'll make you feel better if you go out in public. Face masks will keep what you have from giving it to other people, but it won't keep what other people have from giving it to you. Who wants to see a Munch trick? Who wants to see a Munch trick? Let's do a Munch trick. Just because we can. All right. All right. Sit. All right. And as you can see, I got him wearing a little bandana too. I mean, it's not over his face, but at least he looks cool. Okay. Good boy. Munch tricks. Now, back to the news. All right. Corona robots. Why not? We've been making movies about police and robotic police for some time. And who joined? Eric Scanlon. What's up, brother? But robotic police. In Tanzania, they're using robotic patrol police to roll down the streets and try to keep people from, or, to do the quarantine virus, to stay inside, to actually do what they're supposed to do. There's a video out of one of the cops approaching somebody, and the guy was like, "Look, man, I just want to get my cigarettes." And the robot said, "All right, make it quick and then get back home." So it's not like they're using robots to, arrest people. They're using them just to try to get people off the streets, to try to keep the social distancing down. Munch, quit. But anyway, yeah, this is a real thing in Tanzania, North Africa. Cops don't want to deal with people out on the street, so they got robots to do it. Isn't that something? I thought that was kind of neat. All right, let's start it. Got it all started off. Let's take a hit. Now, Lisa, you said that this was a camo bong, but if you look really carefully, I'm going to hold it up here. You can see there's skulls on it. Let me see, there's one behind my finger really good there. And if you hold light up to it and then turn the lights off, ow, 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 it glows. I can show you a little bit right now, but even though without the lights being off, it will glow a little bit. All right. Let's see. See, it glows green. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Enough fucking around. Let's take a hit. Later on, I can smoke my bandana and get high. More and more, there's proof that the coronavirus may have been man-made, and it was an accidental release. In other words, it wasn't done on purpose, But at the same time, men were working on it, and the deal is it appears that some of the workers may have gotten sprayed with blood and then affected, and then they went to the wet meat market. I don't know in what world that seems to be like a good idea, but but I mean, like I said, I wasn't there. It could be that it's a man-made product and they released it on purpose. I really don't know. All I know is that it's still getting bad. Numbers are still going up. People are still dying. You know, God, I wish I'd been wrong about all this. I really do. And to be honest, I'm tired of the mainstream media pointing the finger. You know, Trump did it. It's Trump's fault because of this. It's their fault because of this. It's your fault because you didn't do this. It's my fault because I did. Instead of pointing the fingers at people, why don't we start trying to actually figure out a solution to this problem? We can't keep going the way we're going. You know, the pandemic's one thing. You know, we could probably get through that. The economic downturn and the pandemic, it is fucking us up. Oh, and kudos to Mr. Stephen Eldridge. His shirt's on my wall of fame behind me. I got a spot for Eric. If he ever sends me something, I will put it up there. Or you will make it. But yeah, can it be fixed? You know, and more along the lines is, was it really an accident? You know, there's a lot of people saying, you know, calling it the boomer remover and saying that it was a way to control the human numbers. And I'd really hate to think that that's the way it is. I'd really like to think that we're better humans than that, but who knows? Let's take a hit. Louis C.K., man after my own heart. Yeah, there's a new special out. It's very funny. I suggest you see it. I think it's worth checking out. But the social justice warriors and the feminists are losing their goddamn minds, throwing a fit, saying that it's even worse than you know anything they've ever seen, and that allowing him to perform it is an abomination. My hero. Here's the deal. Louis C.K., there's a lot of Me Too things going on out there, and people are getting in trouble. Louis C.K. got Me Too'd. Now, how did he get Me Too'd? Well, it turns out that when he was talking to women, one of his things he liked to do was to jerk off into ficus plants or any kind of plant in the room. Anyway, he would talk to somebody, do this, and then people would talk about it. This is the Me Too thing. Not saying it's the right thing to do. But at the same time, what got me thinking is these women came in to talk to Louis C.K. Let's say they went into his office. He got up and started jerking off into a plant. He didn't force anything on any of these women. They could have gotten up and left. Okay. So, and the phone calls were the same way. Women would call them, and I guess they'd hear, oh, as he was jerking off into a plant while he's on the phone with them. Now, here's what I'm thinking. These women, they could have gotten up and left. They could have hung up the phone at any time. But it seems like these women were on the phone like, I wonder where this is going. And it just doesn't quite add up. Louis C.K. never apologized. I don't think he should ever apologize. Yeah, he's a kinky, dirty fuck. He's funnier than hell. He has his quirks. He does it. He doesn't hide it. He's not apologizing for it. If you don't like it, leave the room. Hang up on them. That's all I'm saying. But he's got a special out. I suggest you watch it. That's my 2 cents on it. Let's take a hint. We're getting high today. AOC wants coronavirus reparations for minority communities. Why? Because she says the minority communities are the ones that are getting hit the worst and being taken care of the least. That's funny. I thought it was the old people getting fucked. And here's something else. I paid into all this shit my whole life. A lot of money. A lot of money. All right. That me dipping into it to get money out, I don't feel bad about it. Now, should we be giving out money to people who paid anything into it? No. I don't care if you think I'm racist over this. It has something to do with working for what you want. You want something, you work for it, you earn it, you get it that way. You want it free? Tough shit. Why don't you get up here and get a comfortable munch, Jesus Christ. All right, let me see here. I mean, to me, it's just common sense. You know, you put money in, you can get money out. You don't put money in, you don't get money out. It's like if you put in $1 million into your bank account and anybody who needed money was just able to go in and get money out of it. That's your money, not their money. But that's how we're treating it because it's not your money. You're willing to spend somebody else's money. Let's give it away. Fuck it. Social orders are breaking down in New York. Fears rise as rape and robbery are going back up again to the tune of 75% is what the crime level is rising to in the cities. This is because people are running out of money and people are running out of resources. There's looting, and people and families are starving. And here's the deal: they looted a bunch of stores, and these stores closed. And then people got through all the food and stuff that they looted, and they went back to loot some more. But guess what? The stores are closed. There's no more to loot, so there's no more food. Now these people are really fucked. They didn't think that through very well, did they? Do whatever you do to keep you and your family safe. I'll never shame you for taking care of yourself. I don't think anybody does. Anybody who shames you for taking care of yourself, fuck them. They're the ignorant ones. I mean, it sounds very novel to save everybody and to save the world. But when it comes right down to it, all right, if the world starts coming to an end, if there is a zombie apocalypse or whatever, I'm gathering my family, Jerry's son, him, my kids. We're holing up here with our guns and our food, and it's going to be us against the world. Now, if we can gang together and put it against the government, we might have a civil war, but I don't think that'd be good either. Let's take a hit. I don't think any wars are good. I don't think anybody wins from them. Sometimes they got to be fought, though, against my better judgment. And in these cities where the social order is breaking down because there's no resources, no room in hospitals and everything like that, they're letting prisoners out of the jails because this is somehow helping things. Well, it's helping the crime rate go up. I don't get it. I mean, some of the logic they're using is just not, it doesn't make any sense to me. U.S. health insurance will go up because we're going to save lives this year. I mean, next year prices are going to go up. Because we're going to save a ton of lives this year, We're going to have to pay for it sometime, and that'll be next year. What? You mean it's not free? No, somebody's got to pay for it. Nothing is free, people. And what is free? The socialized medicine. Ask like Stephen Eldridge about socialized medicine. It's real good stuff. Works so good. What are you doing? But anyway, it seems silly that we act like we'll do anything to save other people, but when it really does come down to it, it's just me and my family. I don't know what people were thinking, because this has been going on for months, and apparently people think that in the beginning that it was a hoax and bullshit, or they stocked up. And I think is what's happening now is the ones that stocked up like me are like, we're all right. And the ones that didn't are the ones that are complaining on Facebook and bitching about not being able to get toilet paper and stuff like that. Who was to know this was going to happen? I mean, I tried to say it was going to get bad. I didn't know it was going to get this bad. This is pretty bad. You're going to get down? Get down. Stupid dog. And then a lot of people were saying that the Republicans just weren't panicking as much as the Democrats. Well, that's because, in all honesty, the Democrats, are generally prepared for things like this. Like our household, when this hit, we already had a generator and all that stuff, All I had to do was buy a little bit of extra to stock up. We were already prepared for not a pandemic, so to speak, but a crisis. It seems like the Democrats think that the government is going to save them. No. You're going to save yourself, and if you didn't prepare, you're not saving yourself at all. Simple as that. I think it's funny that we are using computer models to show how the situation will play out with the coronavirus. I mean, models. I mean, we all know about these computer models. We've had one now for climate for the last 40 years, and the poles have been melting. Get that away from me. For the last 40 years. They say in 10 years they're going to be gone, but they're not. So they move the goalposts, and they say in 10 years they're going to be gone, and they're not. And they say in 10, and it's been going on forever. Well, I think the models for the coronavirus are the same because they keep bumping it forward. And it's not because of anything other than it's like the poles. We just really do not know what is going to happen. We thought the poles would melt. We thought the polar bears were going to die. The poles are still there, and the polar bear numbers are not declining. I think we're okay, but I don't know how it's going to work out. Let's take it. But the computer models that we've been using, I don't know so much about them. We used them for the election, and that failed. Everybody said it was Hillary, and it turned out to be Clinton. And then we had all these other polls that were wrong. And then we have the computer models that are wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I'd like the scientists to stop making models about what might happen and tell me when it'll end. All right. When we will be able to get through this and move on. In the middle of the pandemic crisis, Madden reports about Trump's tax returns. No shit, she found some. These are like 10 years old, though. And it was a big nothing burger again. She is a conspiracy theorist, and she says she may have, and this whole thing, her whole thing was she has proof of Trump's taxes, and she primed this her whole show, but she never said anything about it. And then at the very end, she gave a bunch of numbers about Trump. Yeah, we knew he was rich. You literally found out nothing, Maddow, and made a big deal about it. You are a loon. I hate that I have to listen to you. So many of the people I listen to, and I'm like, ugh. I mean, fuck me. No shit, he's rich. We didn't need you to find his tax returns and tell us that. We knew that. Fucking moron, loser, Maddow. I was talking to a hypochondriac friend of mine, and this is just kind of funny. And we were talking about, things about their body and what the diagnoses are and what the doctors say and WebMD and how everything adds up and we can figure out what's wrong with this and diagnose ourselves. And uh, it's stupid because on WebMD you could give all the symptoms of one thing and have a major heart infarction, and then you give the exact same things and it'll say you have heartburn or a GERD or something like that. So I mean, it's not. That's why we have doctors. Anyway, so she was talking about it, and I was being dumb, and I was like, "Oh, I hear you. I broke so many bones. I know what my skeleton looks like." And they were like, "Yeah, man, I hear you. I get where you're coming from. I understand." I was being stupid about it, and they thought I was acting enlightened. And you may notice that I don't mention a lot of names and say where I get my information from. I'll let you look it up. If you have questions, ask me. I'll try to answer them. By the way, I got more stuff. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm done. I'm really high. That'll just give me more news to talk about tomorrow. Let's take another hit. There's a lot of things happening. Is it all a conspiracy? Maybe. I doubt it. It's not the end of the world. That I do know. Can't love everybody. Let's try not to hate. Peace. I love you fuckers. Let's take another hit. And for you that joined, thank you. If you like my content, subscribe, turn on notifications, and it'll let you know when I'm doing this. I miss you in sessions. Hopefully I'll get back, but it doesn't look like it. Facebook doesn't like me. Anyway, like I said, peace. I love you fuckers. Let's try not to hate. Stay high, bitches.